Hello, this is John, host of Mgtow is Freedom. Mgtow is men going their own way. That is, men leaving women behind. And by women, I mean feminists. Feminists. The women we don't like, the bitches, the nags, the gold-digging whores. The women that will do anything they can to get you to give them what they want. Okay? When you take the red pill of Mgtow, when you go your own way, you free your mind from the control that women have over it. And you have to absolutely not allow them to regain mastery of you that way. When you take the red pill, when you just step away from women long enough to get a breath of fresh air, and start studying a little bit of philosophy about how they control you and understand what's going on, your eyes will open to a whole new world. In my last video, I talked about taking the battle to the enemy. Right? I talked about getting out of your hole, your foxhole where you hide. Right? Where the ghosts, the ghosts of Mgtow hide. They just avoid women. Get out of your foxhole and take the fight to them. There's plenty of people doing recruiting, talking to other men, getting them to say enough is enough. But someone has got to get out and lead the fight, to fight them on the street, to engage the enemy. And the enemy is women who are feminists as well as men who are feminists. But someone needs to engage them. I actually used to do this when I was still married. And I was married to a vicious feminist, a feminist who hates men. And of course they didn't know that till I got married to her and figured it out later. I used to do this. I'm a general contractor, and I built a large, beautiful custom house. And my materialistic, man-hating, gold-digging whore of an ex-wife used to invite all her friends over for social gatherings because she wanted to show off her possessions. You know, what a good husband I was building that for her. Oh man, I have so many stories to share with you guys. Okay, anyways. Her friends would be in the kitchen. It could be 2 or 3 of them plus the wife. Right? And I walk inside. You know, their husbands are outside in the, you know, in the lawn and the patio, you know, drinking beers. And I go, hey, I'll go get everyone another round of beers. So I go inside the kitchen and I look at these women. And they're yakking away like a bunch of hens clucking in a fucking hen house. And I just walk over and I look at them all and I wait for an opportunity and I interrupt them and I go, hey, this is my house. I've got the penis. Right? If anyone around here has a penis, it's me. And you would not believe the reaction I would get. They would start yelling and screaming, oh my God, you aren't the boss. You aren't the boss around here. You're your ex-wife, right, at the time. Your wife's the boss. You're just the man, right? And I'd start the shit with them and start fighting, and I'd let them scream and yell, and then they'd start to calm down. And I would go, do you hear what you just said? I said I have the penis. You started talking about who the boss is. I said, let's just leave aside who's the boss here, right? I said I have the penis. You girls naturally assumed anyone with the penis is the boss. And I looked at them all. I go, any of you have a penis? Show me. Whip that cock out here. We'll throw down right now. None of you have the fucking cock. None of you have the penis. I have the penis. But you naturally assume that the penis represents boss, right? The jefe, who the patron is in the house, right? And I walked in here and you immediately attacked me. This is my own fucking house, and this drove the wife nuts. Because after I did it a few times, she knew where I was going, and I'd pull that shit with her friends all the time. I'd start a fight with them and take it to them. I have the penis. No, they would fight back. You don't have the, you're not the boss. You don't have the penis. I go, yeah, I do. It's right here in my pants. You can't argue with the penis. And they get so fucking mad. They wanted so bad to say that they had the penis because they associated it. The link was so close to them. Okay. It would make them mad. It would infuriate them. The old term for this was cock envy, right? Penis envy. All these women want a penis so bad, they cannot stand it, right? So they hate the penis. They're cock haters because it actually has to do with masculinity. They want to be masculine. They want to be the boss, right? They want to have the penis. So if you want to get them off balance, you just start with something like that, right? When you hear this man up shit, I used to walk into the kitchen during these events, and they didn't have to be a big social gathering, anything fancy. People aren't all dressed up and drinking champagne and wine all hoity-toity. It could have been a barbecue, just some friends over, someone's visiting, whatever it is. I'd walk in and say, "Hey girls," and they're like, "Yeah, what is it? Don't you think men need to man up? Isn't it time for men to just man up for once? Aren't you tired of these fucking pussies?" And they go, "Yeah, we're tired of that shit." And you get them all wound up like Oprah Winfrey gets her audience wound up. And I go, "Yeah, these guys, they need to man the fuck up, right?" And they go, "Yeah." I go, "Well, why did you marry these guys? Why did you settle for a pussy? Aren't you a good catch?" "Well, yeah, we're good catches." Go, "Well, why'd you settle for a pussy?" "Well, he's not a pussy." I go, "Well, you're telling him to man up. He must be." "Oh, well, he's not." I go, "Well, I bet when you met him, he was one hell of a stud, wasn't he?" "Oh, yeah, my man's a stud," because now they're defending their guy, right? Now they have to defend their spouse or their boyfriend. You put them in a position where you're calling their man a boyfriend or boyfriend a pussy because they can't accept the fact that they married one. So then they have to say, "Well, he was one." Well, go, but now you're saying he has to man up like he's not one, because if you're a pussy, you better man up. And they get all fucking flustered. "Oh my God, when I met him, he was a hell of a stud." I go, but now he's a pussy and he better man up?" "Well, yeah, he needs to man up." I go, "Well, what the fuck happened to him?" You crushed his spirit, right? You're a gold-digging whore. You're a bitch. Whatever it was I said to him, it was just to fucking needle him and show them how hypocritical they are. You have to figure out how to do this if you're going to do this battle. And it doesn't matter if you lose a battle with these screaming hags, these harpies of penis hating, right? You've got to go after them. Lose a few battles, but get into the fray with them. You've got nothing to lose because they already despise you. They already despise you. These feminist women already hate your guts. They've already proven that they can take a man who tries to pacify and satisfy them, and they won't respect him. So you might as well go after them. Man up is what I'll tell you. I'm not telling you you're a pussy. I'm telling you go after the bitches. What's the worst that you can do? They'll lose respect for you? They already don't respect you. Okay? What comes next? Right? At the very least, regain your manhood with them. Regain your ability to face off and square off with a stupid bitch. Be willing to put them in your place. If you're married, your wife loves you anyways. If she's not one of these fucking harpies, right? You've got to go after them. Try it. Try it. Expose them as feminists, then ask them why they did it. Ask them if they're a gold-digging whore. Find a gold-digging whore and ask her, why are you such a gold-digging whore? There are ways to expose them and then show them what they are. I see it all the time. Sometimes, guys, I really do go, oh, fuck, I'm getting out of here. I don't want this thing following me home, right? And I'm not even talking about someone I had sex with. I'm just talking about someone that saw me and saw what I was worth, and they started fucking hitting on me. Scary shit, right? Gold-digging whore. Get away from her. Other times, though, if you can engage them and point out what it is they're doing, this is fucking hilarious. I'm going to give an example from my work, right? There's this penis-hating, screeching harpy who used to work. Ah, fuck, maybe she still does. I don't know. It's a pretty big company I'm with. And I know she hates men because she looked at me like day one and she called me a creeper. A creeper. Don't look at me, creeper. Right? The first thing she did was try dominating me. That's the first thing all feminists will do, is try to create a relationship with you. Hi, whatever, how you doing? Make the eye contact, and then they start trying to dominate you. They do it by shaming you, by putting you down, by calling you names, right? First thing I want to do is say, look, you fat, disgusting pig, shut the fuck up. I don't need your shit, right? I run this fucking show. You're down in the sewers, you know, just stupid shit, right? Put her right in her place. But I did, she called me a creeper. Well, eventually I did end up having to put it down the rough way. And a lot of times women like to cry when you put them down. So you got to be a little careful sometimes if you're at work. Okay, but it came up again where I knew this broad was right there. And she looked at me and she goes, come here, I need to talk to you about something. I said, no. I said, I'm the man. I said, I'm actually the authority figure here. You come over here. And she goes, no, I'm not going to. And I said, then your problem isn't going to get solved. I'm not going to fix your problem as a matter of my professional requirement, right? You're not going to treat me with disrespect. And so this other girl walks by and she looks at her and she looks at me and she goes, what's going on here? And I go, well, I'm over here and she needs to submit to my professional authority. And I used the word submit because I knew it would trigger her. And so the fat bitch looks at me and goes, and I'm not going to submit to him. And so the girl looks at the one girl looks at the other and she goes, well, that's why you don't want to have these. And she lifted up her ring finger, shows off a big giant rock and goes, I take care of my man. I give him everything he wants. I take perfect care of him. He bought me this, right? He married me. You don't have one of those on your finger. She laughed in her face and walked off. I laughed my ass off at her, right? I got her to engage in this thing, and she was so venomous, so toxic, that she triggered another woman, maybe a woman who's neutral, right, into attacking her and telling her what a loser she was. Well, you won't even submit, so you're never going to get married. And this girl's one of these single mom types that thinks she's worth a shit. Her opinion of herself is through the roof, and she's a fat pig. It's incredible, the overinflated self-worth of these women, right? She's never going to get anywhere in life, and it doesn't matter. But I'm not afraid to engage them. The battlefield is in front of us.